So, full disclosure, guys, the LPP, League Partner Program, we saw this all last week. But we were also able to ask Riot about the items, so I have a little bit more insight than most people going into this. Preseason 2022. Preseason 2022. That doesn't even sound like a real date. Preseason 2022. Is that... Am I saying this right? 2022. 2022, yeah. All right. Preseason 2022 is almost here. In case you missed it, we've been discussing our plans since earlier this year to prepare you for the changes. And trust me, you're going to need prepared. There was a lot of goober new stuff on this patch.
Almost half a year.
This preseason's going to be a wild one, boys. All right, first off, we already know it. Going into it, Dragons, Chemtech Drake. So this is what the Chemtech Drake looks like. It's got like gas tanks on its back. It's like from Zon or whatever. Looks pretty cool, actually. Actually does look pretty cool.
Glad to be back after a break.
Yo, Power Surge, I protect attack, coming in with the 6 months and 4 months. Thank you guys so much. My wife got me an Ioki shirt, by the way. Love it. Yo, love to hear that, Power Surge. That's awesome, man. Hey, guys, thank you for the resubs. All right, so the standard buff for the Chemtech Drake is grants bonus damage against enemies with more current health than you. So this is basically... This dragon kind of is a comeback mechanic in itself. Up to a 5% increase in damage per stack. To be honest, I don't think the buff is going to be all that good. The soul is... I would say this is the most powerful soul that we've ever seen come out of dragons. Because when the dragon soul... When a team obtains the Chemtech Dragon Soul, they receive a buff that grants them a brief second life after they die. So, essentially, it's kind of like a little mini game. I think we've seen it in like one of the special game modes or whatever. When you die, you get a Scion buff, which means your health is going to be draining slowly. It's not like you can stay alive forever. So you just go all in. You get a second chance to take down someone with you. It's pretty broken, guys. I'm going to be honest. Even more broken, I think this is the part I don't like. When the terrain transforms for the Chemtech Drake, gas zones emerge in 4 jungle locations. So you're blue, you're red, they're blue, they're red. Those are the locations. Gas zones camouflage any champion within the zone. Camouflage enemies are not revealed by regular vision wards, but are revealed by control wards, scryer's blooms, and other things that reveal invisible units. So essentially, if you're in this area, you're invisible. People can literally be standing right on the edge of the camouflage zone, and they can't see you if you're in it. I don't like that. I think it turns this game way too coin flippy, way too comebacky, way too Mario Party-ish. It feels like a mini game built into it. I don't really like this dragon, if I'm being honest. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I do like in this preseason stuff. I don't like this one. So we're not going to spend too much time on it. Hextech Drake, standard buff, grants attack speed and ability haste to the team that delivers the killing blow, 5 ability haste, and 5% attack speed per stack. Now, this is going to be good on some champions and not so good on others. That's pretty much... I would say that this buff is relatively in line with the other buffs that we already have. It's not crazy strong. It's not crazy weak. It's just relatively okay. Yo, X-Spirit, thank you for the 13 months, bro. Appreciate you a lot. Thank you. Dragon Soul. When a team obtains the Hextech Dragon Soul, they gain a unique ability that adds a Chain Lightning Slow to their basic attacks. You basically get Static Shiv, guys. Not all that crazy. You get Static Shiv. It's going to be pretty sick for, like, team fights, I guess. Team fights will definitely probably wrap up a lot faster with this, since, like, hitting one person will hit the entire team, especially in lower elos when players don't know to, like, not clump together. It'll also make sieging champions really, really strong, I imagine, because you land one auto attack or, you know, one Caitlyn Q and you've shocked their entire team. But, okay, terrain. When the terrain transforms into the Hextech Drake, pairs with Hex Gate. Pairs of Hex Gates appear across the map, which allow champions to quickly travel from one location to the paired counterpart. Hex Gates are activated with a brief channel. Okay, so, like I said, I got to talk to Riot about this, and these gates are on a per champion cooldown. So it's kind of like using an instant bard tunnel, but you can't use it more than once. You can't go through the gate and then go back through the gate. It's got a per champion cooldown. You can go through the gate and then an enemy can chase you through the gate with no cooldown, but you can't go back through that gate. Again, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm giving it a chance. I'm giving it a chance because I want to go into this with an open mind, right? I don't want to go into this all pessimistic, but again, it kind of just seems like they're adding stupid Mario Party elements to this game. Not a big fan. Objective bounties. Now, I initially did not like objective bounties. The more I hear about them, I think I might actually like these. Objective bounties activate only when a team is sufficiently behind and are highlighted on the minimap for both teams. If a losing team takes an objective with an active bounty, every member of the team receives the objective bounty gold split among the team. Objective bounties are calculated based on 4 factors: XP lead, gold lead, dragon lead, and turret lead. So there's like a little bit of a point system going on behind the scenes to make sure that like you're not giving an objective bounty to a team that's actually ahead in like 3 out of the 4 aspects. You know, just because a team is down by like a gold lead doesn't mean they're necessarily behind in the game. They could be up 3 dragons. So you don't want to continuously reward a team that on a macro scale is already ahead of the game. The base amounts of additional gold taken by an active bounty are as follows. So the Baron and Elder gets 500 gold. Dragon Rift Herald, 500 gold. This is just as expensive and game turning as a Baron. Outer turret, 250. Inner turret, 400. Base turret, 400. So let me talk about why I initially didn't like them. I didn't like objective bounties being added to the game because I don't like the current bounty system. I think it's way too coin flippy. I think it's a really stupid system because, for instance, you can have 1,000 gold shutdown on a Lulu that's just playing well and doing her job. You know, a Lulu that's like 1, 0, and 10 or something can have like a 500 gold bounty. And depending on who that Lulu gives that bounty to matters a lot, right? If a Zed gets that bounty, it's massive. If a Leona accidentally gets that bounty, it's not that big of a deal, right? So there's a coin flip aspect because like that Lulu can't really feasibly decide who she dies to, right? She's eventually going to die. We know that shutdown's going to be given to someone, but the gold swing on different champions means a lot of different things, right? Like there are champions like mid lane primarily scales or ADCs, for instance, scale primarily with gold. So giving 1,000 gold to an ADC is a way bigger deal than giving 1,000 gold to a support or a tank top laner. So I've never liked bounties being in the game. It's just stupid. However, this splits the gold evenly between the entire team. I really think we should just get rid of champion bounties and only have this be in it because this encourages team play. This encourages you to go for objectives and it equally splits the gold. It doesn't matter if it's your top laner that's splitting, you know, splitting top to try to get this inner turret gold. That's going to give, you know, a little bit of gold to his whole team. It's not just him being rewarded for that, right? So even if he's making a quote unquote selfish play, the team is being rewarded for it. So the team is encouraged to play around your top laner that's splitting. You know, don't fight 4v5. Let him split, right? So I think I actually do like objective bounties. Now, I still don't like the fact that they're kind of doubling down on the fact that there are now 2 types of bounties in the game. I wish they would get rid of champion bounties. So that's the only thing that I don't like about it, is that there's kind of like another comeback mechanic that can sometimes feel a little bit out of your control. But the more I think about this, I actually do think these might be good for the game. So as the losing team falls farther behind, these base amounts can increase up to an additional 60%. So these can get even higher, guys. Objective bounties have this is just the base. Wow, these can get even way higher. Objective bounties have a 15-second warning period when coming online and a 15-second lingering duration when falling off. This is a good idea. This is a really, really good idea. So there will be like some sort of visual indication that says, hey, in 15 seconds, your team is so far ahead that we're going to put a bounty. If they get a turret, they're going to get extra gold for getting that turret. This time can be extended if the losing team remains in combat with an active objective bounty. Oh, okay. That's a great idea too. So let's say that there's the bounty on the dragon. It's expiring, but as long as you're in combat with that dragon, the bounty will not fall off. So, you know, this is going to see a big shakeup in the game. I do think that this is probably going to put a little bit more power into the jungle position, because not only does stealing a dragon, you know, possibly give you and your team stats and a soul and deny the enemy team's soul or even an elder dragon, it's also now possibly going to give you a ton of gold. So, you know, jungle's going to be the strongest role in the game. Nothing new there. Now let's get into the even wackier stuff, boys. We got some new items. Crown of the Shattered Shield. 70 AP, 250 health, 600 mana, 20 ability haste. You are safeguarded. So this is an anti-assassin mage item. It reduces incoming damage by 50%. 50%. So basically, a Zed can't 100 to 0 you because his damage is going to be cut in 50% for 1.5 seconds. Now, that Zed is going to be able to, for instance, pop the safeguard, wait 1.5 seconds, and then all-in you. But this gives you a little bit of leeway, right? Oh, you also, while safeguarded, you gain 10 to 40 ability power. That's pretty crazy, actually. And then the mythic passive is 1% move speed and 50 health. Not that crazy of a mythic passive. The move speed's kind of nice, actually. You know, you get 4 items and 4% move speed. It can be somewhat significant. Okay, Even Shroud. I don't know who's naming these items, but Even Shroud is a really dumb name. I want to call it Ever Shroud. It's Even Shroud, guys. Okay, anyways, chat, this is Leona's item. Leona, hey, guys, for the first time in 10 years, I think Leona might be playable. Even Shroud, 200 health, 20 ability haste, 30 armor, 30 magic resist, and the most psychotically powerful mythic passive I've ever seen. Repentance. After immobilizing champions or being immobilized. After immobilizing champions or being immobilized, cause that target and all enemies to repent, increasing the damage they take by 12% for 5 seconds. Mythic passive. Grants all other legendary items 5 armor and magic resist. This is unbelievably broken. There is... I mean, I'm thankful. Okay, let me talk about it, because Leona has already been like really, really powerful this season. She's done that without a mythic that actually suits her like playstyle. Locket is really not that great of an item on Leona. It's just the best item that she has. The reason it's not a great item is because Leona is heavily encouraged to dive away from her team. Like, she's not a great peeling champion. If you're stuck peeling as Leona, you probably should have picked a different champion, to be honest. Like, Leona's supposed to be the primary engage. She's supposed to dive into all 5 and survive as long as she can. Now, when she immobilizes a champion, the entire enemy team is going to take an additional 12% damage from all sources. Oh my god. Yo, this is unbelievably powerful. Stupid name, crazy cracked item. No way this is balanced. Frostfire Gauntlet, 350 health, 225. I don't think they really did too much. I know one of their goals with the items was they kind of, all of the tank mythics have the same immolate passive. So they wanted to take away a little, like, make the like Frostfire and Sunfire, all those fire items, a little more unique. So, Immolate, taking or dealing damages, calls you to begin dealing 12 plus 1% bonus magic damage per second to enemy champions. Snowbind. So, this is the thing that was buffed, I believe. Attacks create a frost field for 1.5 seconds and deal magic damage to all enemies. So, it doesn't give the numbers here, but the Snowbind damage is going to be the significant part of this item, and the Immolate damage has been tuned down, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Turbo Chemtech, active, supercharged, grants 40% move speed. You know, these items are just like sort of tinkered with. These items are going to operate basically the same. Winter's Approach. This is a brand new item, I believe. 400 health, 500 mana, 15 ability haste, all gain bonus health equal to 8% mana. Mana Strike. Strike a target with an ability or attack to consume a charge, and blah, 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 blah. Fimbulwinter. 400 health. I wish they had attached the icons to these. Everlasting, immobilizing or slowing, melee only, and an enemy. This is smart to make this melee only, by the way. We don't want another tank Senna debacle, do we? An enemy champion consumes 3% of current mana and grants a shield for 3 seconds of absorbing damage. The shield is increased by 80% if more than one enemy is nearby. So once again, kind of just like encourages you to dive and get around a lot of enemies. Axiom Arc. 55 AD, 10 lethality, 25 ability haste, refresh whenever... Okay, so this is the assassin item, guys. This is the assassin for, like, Pyke. This is the assassin item for Zed. AD assassins, essentially. Whenever a champion dies within 3 seconds of having damaged them, refund 25% of your ultimate's abilities cooldown. So, this could either be a really good item for Pyke or a really bad item, depending on how it... affects his ultimate, because as we know, when Pyke successfully lands an ultimate, his ult doesn't really go on cooldown. You get a small period of time to use the ultimate again. So I don't know if that's going to, you know, refund the abilities cooldown after that window has elapsed. Like, let's say Pyke's ultimate ability cooldown is like 80 seconds. It does. It goes on cooldown after first cast. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a Pyke item. This is 100% a mid AD Pyke, mid AD assassin item that will also be available to Pyke. So that's great. That's really awesome. Yo, Watch Cash coming in with the 2 months. Welcome back, brother. We got Shadow Flame, 80 AP, 250 health, damage to champions, benefits from 10 to 20 magic penetration based on the target's current health. Okay, the magic, blah, 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 blah. Cosmic Drive, you know, they just kind of like I think they said that Cosmic Drive was not necessarily like a super... It was effective, but it wasn't a fun item to use, so they changed this around a little bit. After damaging champions with 3 separate attacks or spells, gain 30% movement speed and 40 ability power. So Cosmic Drive is no longer the CDR item that is just fun, or that is just effective to use. They're trying to turn it into a more fun item to use. You know, that's going to screw over a couple champions build paths, but I'm sure they'll find new ones. So essentially, this is a more fun version of old Cosmic Drive because now you get move speed. And they said that, like, they specifically said this item wasn't going to be broken on Rise. And I guess that's just because it doesn't have mana. I still feel like this would probably still be like a good third item for Rise. But we'll see. Horizon Focus, 110 ability power. 150 health now includes slows to trigger Horizon Focus. Demonic Embrace, once again, just a small change. Seraph's Embrace. Gain ability haste equal to blah, blah, blah. Restore health equal to 40% of mana spent up to 25 to 50 plus 10% AP power, ability power per cast. Force of Nature. Small change. Knight's Vow, there's a small change. While your worthy allies redirect 10% of the damage they take to you and heal for 8% of the damage dealt. Oh, this is sick. Okay, wait, Knight's Vow is... Wait, Knight's Vow is kind of nice now. So instead of just redirecting damage to you and it making like an item that literally kills you, now, as long as you're attaching your Knight's Vow correctly to people that are going to be dealing damage, you're actually going to heal for damage dealt by your worthy ally. That's really sick. This is really, really nice. So as long as your ADC is still alive and pumping out that damage, not only are you helping him keep alive by redirecting 10% of the damage they're going to take, you're healing for 8% of the damage. This might be broken. Okay, so before we play a single game on the PvE, I'm telling you right now, Even Shroud into Knight's Vow is broken on Leona. Like, that's her build. That's her build. Abyssal Mask. Now, the version of Abyssal Mask, I think, was turned into Even Shroud. So they did change Abyssal Mask. It's got 400 health, 30 MR, 10 ability haste, unmake, curse nearby enemy champions, reducing their magic resist. So, it's kind of boring now, honestly. Runes, lethal tempo, they reworked it. Gain attack speed for 6 seconds when striking at least one enemy champion with each attack. This effect stacks up to 6 times. While this effect is at its cap, also gain attack range. Attack range, wow. And increase your attack speed cap to 3.0. Okay. So, still going to be broken on Cogball. Got it. Glacial Augment. They reworked this, so now that it has, whenever you use immobilizing abilities, such as like Nico E or Morgana Q, it will shoot out glacial rays. So it's kind of like you're not just slowing that person, you're immobilizing one person and then slowing their team. And it also will, help you stick on top of them because, like, Morgana Q, and then after the Q wears off, they have to walk through these slow fields, and it slows them a lot, guys. Not only does it slow them for 40%, it reduces their damage by 15%. So if you notice, there's a lot of things Riot's doing to kind of cut down on the amount of damage in the game. But at the same time, they're adding more damage through items like Even Shroud, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Glacial Augment, think of it as like your allies are just 15% tankier. Now, notice the very last thing they say. They're kind of tuning it towards being a support E rune because it doesn't include yourself. This is purely for your allies. Only your allies benefit from this. So kind of interesting. And then brand new inspiration, Keystone First Strike. This one's crazy. This one is basically Kleptomancy put back into the game, but better. Listen up, boys. Damaging an enemy champion with an attack or ability B-E4. I'll not proofread these things, Riot. They do so grants 5 gold, so you just straight up get 5 gold for attacking them first. and first strike for 3 seconds, causing your attacks or abilities to deal 12% extra damage against champions, and granting 100% of that damage dealt as gold. Now, this is not 100% of the damage that you deal. You're not going to one-shot someone with 800 gold or with 800 damage and then get 800 gold. Reread it, guys. You're getting 100% of the 12% extra damage for 3 seconds. So this is like kleptomancy on steroids, actually. This is really weird. Off the top of my head, I think that ranged top laners are going to have a field day with this. This might even be a Senna keystone, just because Senna has so much range that there's really not anyone in the bot lane that can attack her before she does. So we're definitely going to be playing First Strike Senna. Pumped for that. But this one won't be on PvE today. And then another nerf-ish to jungler, just kind of rebalancing jungle. Rift Scuttler is not going to be as powerful. Bless. Honestly, the entire game will not revolve around whether or not your jungler suicides for first crab. I think it's good. Has 35% reduced health, 80% reduced experience. Honestly, it's not even a necessary camp at this point, and has been slightly reduced in size to match its lower value. So, you know, less coin flippy games over first scuttle. I'm sure junglers will find something else to coin flip the game over. But those are the preseason changes, guys. There's some really good stuff in here, and there's some really what in the world are they thinking stuff in here. But yeah, should be pumped.